She's safe. And we were
No,
anchored.
Beth. Beth. Come on, move. Beth, get up. Beth, come on, get up. Please, Beth. Beth, you need to move, okay? Yeah, that's it. Get the gun. Come on, Beth, move. Come on, please. Beth, move!
No.
Paul, don't do it. Don't do it.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait. What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over.
What did you do?
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Oh, really? It's gonna drop us back here. Okay, welcome back to Quantum Break. I was hoping it would drop us in that cutscene at the end of last episode. Either way, just to recap real quick for anyone who's not sure, we're currently moving backwards through the time machine because, well, the good doctor decided to betray us and send Beth into the wrong side of the machine. So now we have to go backwards. And actually, yeah, we need to go backwards to finish what needs to be done, but where is Beth? Now that I think about it, where the hell is Beth?
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
I can
You know
imagine.
how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
Yeah, I can hear someone. As well, let's not forget there's potential Beth may be here. Because we don't quite know what happens if you go into the past, but do so from the wrong side of the machine. I can't imagine it would transport you anywhere, but maybe it would.
What's going on here? Since when did Will run a graffiti workshop?
Not
None of this
sure.
crap was here in 2016. It's locked.
Shit.
I gotta check out that gunfire before I go anywhere else.
Yeah, there is gunfire.
What the? Someone's in here.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like the workshop's been covered up. It's been packed away for the time being, and I
hell
remember
is
that
that?
range.
The fuck are they shooting at?
Probably those targets we saw back in the present. Actually, no, even that's still technically the past, and if we're talking about the fact that, you know, past, we're playing through the past and talking in the future. Hi. Beth? So did it work or not? That's Beth.
Beth? It's me. Hey.
You okay? What the hell?
What happened to you?
You're not Aunt.
This is it.
Ring.
There's no turning back.
Wrong side.
Jack?
So Jack was supposed to go with her. So what happens when you try to go to the past but from the wrong side of the machine?
Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for months trying to find a way to get back.
Oh.
I wasn't the only one. Stop! I followed him back. He set William's machine to 1999. The first possible exit point.
Don't you!
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm on your side.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Wilder. There's some things you need to know.
So
You're the
she
reason we
saw.
built the countermeasure. And you've been here ever since. 11 years. Why? Why didn't you come back?
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
She had changed. And there was a weight in her eyes. She was hiding something.
She always was.
She went backwards to the same points Paul did. It's not the end of time. That's why she believes it can be stopped. It's not the end of time. Because Beth isn't Chronon active. If it was the end of time that Paul has described, only Chronon active or Chronon protected people would be able to move. She would have been frozen. So it's not the end of time. That's why Beth thinks we
What
can stop
exactly
it.
do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
February 28th, 1999. Back in time. Here I am, back in time. I relived once before. No idea how long I need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This isn't how it was supposed to go. This wasn't the plan. Because your plan wasn't what was supposed to happen. Interesting. If I'm going to come to terms with that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this to but myself, so hello, me again. Yeah, especially back then. You probably would have been put in a straitjacket for what you would say. This all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Amaral. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Amaral switched the dates at the last moment. Okay. So she sent her to the future then, not the other way around. Okay, so that's what happened. So what exact thing is, we've never actually gotten to see this future that has made one person think that it's an inevitable end of time and another think that it's a stoppable cataclysm. So what is it? Because clearly it's not a zero state as Paul believes. If you don't know, the zero state is essentially what happens whenever the fracture kind of pulses before it inevitably collapses and causes a permanent zero state. And in a zero state, time can sort of move, but most of the time it's in short bursts back and forth typically. It's chaos. It's timelines falling in upon one another. So because of that, no one can move around. And except for someone who is Chronon active, which is like Jack, someone with powers, or if they have a suit which is designed to use chronon particles to give them the same kind of sense of the powers. Not quite the powers, though. Interesting. I thought something may have gone wrong with the machine and she became chronon active. Not quite. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward, and when I exited the corridor, I arrived in the one place I never thought possible. The end of time. My greatest fear was realized. I'm still trying to grasp with what that means. My entire life has been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw was a proof that it couldn't be stopped. I couldn't believe that. There's a logic to all of this. I mean, I just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down details of the end of time. Not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix William's machine, but someone beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time machine could operate. The first time the core was activated, February 28th, 1999. I followed him through. That's when I found William, still alive, much younger than I had seen him. I warned him about the fracture. I told him that he was the only one who could create a solution. He begged me not to tell him anything else about the future. He said he couldn't stand living like that, being constantly aware of what will come to pass. Is every action just part of the preordinated dance? I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. William agreed to do what must be done. He agreed to build the countermeasure. This whole time, it was me who set him on that path. We already figured that out. He says the machine doesn't have the sufficient chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently that hasn't happened yet. That's his way of saying I'm trapped in 1999, second time around. So here I am. Interesting. So his version of the machine at that point in time didn't have the capacity to travel very far in the future. July 19th, 1999. The time machine move is a success. I worked with Will to get the time machine move. Had to make sure Serene wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage. So we moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe, the Bradbury swimming pool. We spent a big chunk of his research grant buying the property. It's the one place I know for sure that Monarch won't find us. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. That means this is my new home for the time being. Interesting. But the thing is, one big thing that makes me think there's another piece to this, that time can be changed, is what if she was to have just killed Will? What if after seeing what she saw back then, or in the future, when she came back, realizing that she was in front of the man who would create all of this, what if she was to just kill William? What if she was to just shoot him in the head, destroy the machine, burn the research and everything else to the ground? What if she was to do that? Wouldn't that technically change the timeline, and what would stop her from doing it? What, her gun jams? Okay, she'll beat him to death. She'll stomp his skull in curbside. What's to stop her from doing that? Right? That's part of what makes me think time is not in a movable loop. It's something that can be dealt with and stopped. William refused to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at his workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about a normal chronon density, anomalies, whatever. Didn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about his workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. Guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Now that the move is complete and William is on his way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea of that. Keeping busy was the only thing to distract me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look at the bright side. Second chance of having a killer Y2K party. I do not know what Y2K is, I am so sorry. September 5th, 1999. Little me. The most surreal experience. Her eyes look so full of life. looking to the clouds and vulnerable to the world around her. She looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. I knew that I had to go see her and set her on her mission so that she would do what was needed to be done, so that someday she would become, well, me. She was in the backyard, bright red daffodil coats, playing simple pleasure. It's strange. I remember the small details so differently the first time around. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom gifting me with purpose. Now I was that woman, trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell. Didn't matter. I knew she was too young to see those things on my face. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up those simple pleasures to pursue a life that would be nothing but pain and hardship. I promised her that it would all be worth it, that she would make a difference, that she would save the world. She believed me. January 1st, 2000. Epic Y2K party, ate bagels with cream cheese, and watched Buffy returns in a drained swimming pool. Party on. September 11, 2001. 9/11. I tried to stop it a second time. I warned them, told them exactly what was going to happen. Nothing changed. I came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child, but since then I've seen things that make me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of Monarch. I tried to stop Paul Serene, both versions of him. Every action was negated by the force of a timeline that cannot be beaten or broken. I tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents, Christmas of 1999. I knew what happened to them. That this time I was there. Car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led to it happening as it always did. I went to the funeral. I watched Jack cry. I watched Will build up a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment. I could do nothing about it. And now this. Fuck. May 22nd, 2002. Monarch. They spotted me near William's workshop. Barely got out of there alive. After all this time, Serene is still obstinate with finding me. He won't give up until he does. Have to be more careful in the future. Ironic. May 22nd, 2003. The end of time. I've been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been dreading doing this, but this time I have to write it out. It's the only way to move past. Fuck yes. In 2016, I entered the time machine, intending to travel back to 2018. That didn't happen. Dr. Amaral changed the dates. When I exited the machine, I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course. Time had stopped altogether. The entire world was frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function. Interesting. Or so I thought. Then the shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echo through my dreams. The entire world was still except me. They really don't like movement. Stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living through the proof. Thing is, yeah, but so it says that indeed that is the future. It wasn't the calculations that caused that paradox. But who's to say time is a closed loop? How can time end if, in a matter of sense, it is a closed loop? A closed loop can't end. That's another reason I believe it not to truly be the end of time, but just, well, stutter. Maybe more of a stutter in time. Or a hat in time. No. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from, surrounded by constant reminders that my mission would fail. Never able to stay in one place because the shifters were always searching, always hunting. Wasn't alone. I wasn't alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters become aggravated, but I was nowhere near them. They were following somebody else. Paul's ring. A younger Paul, scared, weak, vulnerable. He found me, tried to convince me that we need to work together to help each other get through. He found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He had no training, no killer instinct, but he had those damn powers, and all I had was the Chronon harness. Oh, right! That's why she was immune, because she had her harness. I forgot about that. The end of the world, the only two people left, and we became sworn enemies. Can't be sure how long we spent there. It couldn't have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. A grip on reality. Interestingly enough, though, if theoretically Monarch would have built up their creation, their bunker, and it had worked, they should have seen someone. Right? At some point in their time there, they should have seen at least a hint of Monarch, but nothing. Or Beth should have been able to go hunting for wherever this bunker would be. Right? When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. A grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through the... Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formed through that suffering. We've shared an experience that no other human has ever endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest possible point in order to stop this all from happening. He had yet to learn that the past couldn't be changed. I followed him through the machine, but he escaped. He formed a monarch, he built an empire. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shape what he became. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time. That can't be my part in all this. There has to be more. I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the shifters coming. I can almost feel their presence. Much of my experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory. But there is one detail that I can't shake. One detail that brings my entire mission into question. One detail that haunts me. 2021. What? What the fuck does 2021 have to do with anything? Huh. As well, interestingly enough, no, the Beth we've been doing with is the one that I hadn't gone back in time yet. The hell does 2021 have to do with anything? February 3rd, 2005. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be complete. I spent most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my specialty. I was wondering if Jack would follow the plan, if he'll emerge from that machine in 2010. But best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I can't let these thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present, focus on what is in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going, just focus on the present. So I decided to take on some hobbies. Tried pottery, got depressed. Dabbled with guitar for a while and smashed it against the wall. Then I started experimenting with graffiti. Seemed to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels. No, the graffiti's proof that the past can be changed in some way. Right? If we're thinking time is such a closed loop that no matter what, events will come to occur, well, maybe not. Maybe a bit of art is an indicator, but I don't know, it's kind of suspicious that in all of this, they're not able to change anything yet. She's able to make that graffiti. Able to have it survive all the way to the point where we see it. Have it be true every time. Just doesn't make sense. Especially when it started predicting the future. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels. Partially as a form of self-expression, partially as a means of release, partially just to fuck with people. What happens when Joe analyzes some graffiti on a wall one day and builds an interpretation in his head, and then 3 years later his deception of that image comes true? Not sure, but it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least this gives me the illusion of some kind of power. An illusion is what keeps me holding on. Sometimes I leave an ominous anonymous notes in people's boxes telling them what will happen next week. I watch the reactions from afar. Varium and graffiti, and that's my life these days. Focus on the present. October 8, 2007. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt a need to follow him, to watch his life from the outside, but now I think I understand. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death, the onset of the fracture, worst day of both our lives. He was broken. That's the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort in seeing him in happier times. A little creepy. I watched his band play gigs, acoustically bad, whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. But there was something pure about seeing him up there, letting it all out. He never had an easy life. It was nice to see that he found a way to release all that. He just looked happy. Made me forget everything else. The nightmares stopped for a while after that, so I kept following him. It gave me something else to focus on. I spent most of my life hiding who I was, what I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through that machine on July 4th, 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years have passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then, and for him, it could only have been a matter of minutes. What do I say? Then I saw the end? That this might all be for nothing? I was the one who believed without question that we would stop the fracture. That confidence has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. I fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years, I felt invincible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. December 11, 2007. Memory. Tonight, I painted something at the university campus. It was only after I finished and took a step back to look at it that I realized I'd seen it before, about a decade ago. Reminds me of something I painted on a wall but washed away. It was a jolt. Is all of this futile? Nothing sticks. Nothing has changed. All of it washed away by the river of time. Fuck time travel. July 9, 2008. Will. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so, short exchanges just to get an update on his progress building the countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he's now confident that he knows the countermeasure will work. He told me that the countermeasure will be able to reverse a fracture in time, but in order to do so, it must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered ineffective. So, theoretically, the end of time still could be a possible future, but remember, there is, like we saw with the boat, there is many, many different timelines. There was the timeline where no one saw the boat, there was the timeline where people saw the boat and the bridge was up, and then there's timelines where people saw the boat but the bridge was down. So theoretically, the end of time could be one of 2 different differentiating timelines, where one of them, the one we keep seeing, is the one that theoretically will happen if nothing is done to avert the flow of time. Nothing's done to change it. I asked him what it mean if the end of time ever occurred. He said it would mean that the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. Huh. Theoretically. God, I hate theories. It gets so annoying. Everything I have done has been for nothing. July 4th, 2010. Final entry. The day is here. Soon I receive word that Will has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. Come to accept that it doesn't mean we will succeed. I've come to accept that my mission was a lie. But I'm not giving up. Lie or not, I devote my life to this cause. It gave me meaning. It's all I ever known. Even if I've seen proof that I won't succeed, I'm not giving up. I would dedicate every ounce of courage I have left to seeing this through. I'll retrieve the countermeasure, I'll keep it safe until 2016. I will do everything in my power to activate it when the time comes. I will fail, but I will fail knowing that I did everything in my power to save the world. For years, I hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I've given up that hope. This mission started with me alone. That's how it will end. This is my final entry. Not quite, Beth. We're here. Which means she's gonna give us the countermeasure. Holy shit, which means she's gonna give us the countermeasure because future... No, that was past Beth. We've not seen this other Beth. Ever.
I can't do this anymore. I can't. I can't fucking do this.
Damn. Guess she's been having some doubts, which... I mean, can you blame her? All things considered, this is a pretty fucked situation. No matter which way you spin it. You're not gonna, like, go psycho on me, right?
11 years.
Holy shit. Whew. So, how you doing?
I'll unlock the door.
So where's Will? Where's the countermeasure?
The countermeasure's at William's workshop, where he built it.
Then that's where we go.
Yep.
But yes, that was the plan.
You okay there, Beth?
I just have to unlock this.
Guess Ian's waiting for me to approach. I'm gonna look around a bit more, make sure I got everything. God. Stuck here? Alone? God, I can't even imagine. What something like that would be. How that would feel.
My supplies are upstairs. We'll need to get them.
Okay.
There's so much you don't know that you never saw. I gave up on the idea that you would ever come.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I told you once our fate is already laid out for us.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that.
More than ever. I'm just worried what that might mean.
Well, you know what?
It means we finish this.
Yeah. If our fate's already laid out before us, doesn't mean we just lay down and die. Take it up the ass, you know. It means we fight harder than we've ever fought before. Fight for the future we hope we can make, even if it's a
You need gear?
impossibility.
Take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river, along with everything else I brought here.
That's a little drastic.
Fair enough.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence.
Fair enough.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay, Beth. Bethy Pooh, you're not gonna kill yourself, are you? I know you've been through a lot, but I still need you, girl. And, I mean, I need you in one piece. I have a feeling this is gonna be the end of it. I mean, I've only completed 60-something% of the game, but, like, they're arming us to the teeth, giving us every opportunity to prepare for what's clearly gonna be some kind of fight. Which is worrisome, to say the least.
You followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
You kept tabs on him.
And he's kept tabs on me.
But he's never been able to catch you. Which suggests, yeah, all of this we already know. Which suggests that in a way, it suggests that maybe time isn't. Maybe for a lot of it, time is a fluid motion that can never be changed, but in some way, you can change it. Because if time travel is possible, then anything is possible.
Okay. The countermeasure's at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop the fracture. That was always the plan.
Hopefully so.
That is still the plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're worrying me, girl. Worrying me. I'm gonna need you when all this is over. End of the world or not. Okay. Just don't do anything stupid.
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters. You followed the plan.
Whatever happened to you, change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
I can't just sit back and do nothing.
You have to let go. Jack. You have to let go. I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw us fail. I saw where this leads.
And yet you still gave that notebook.
I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
No.
Then we'll die finding out.
That's the pain of years of loneliness talking. If you thought that there wasn't a chance in hell we could win this, you wouldn't have given that notebook to your younger self. You wouldn't have set her down on that journey. You wouldn't have. But you did. Because somewhere inside you, even if it's only a small piece of you that doesn't know it exists, some part of you believes that this can be stopped. And as long as there is blood flowing through my goddamn veins, or Jack's for that matter, we will.
I don't know a fraction
stop
of the hell that Beth went through, what she experienced when she saw the end of time, how that changed her like it changed Paul. Followed by 11 years of living like a ghost. Beth I'd known had laser focus. This Beth, she had doubts.
You okay?
Oh, they're so gonna screw when this
But
is
the
all done.
countermeasure.
Said.
The one thing that could set
Set
things
them
right
down.
was waiting for us at Will's workshop.
Hopefully.
There it is.
When the bullets start to fly, just kind of
In
drop.
2010, Monarch didn't own the area yet. That came shortly after because of what happened with you. But we knew William was building something new in his workshop, and we knew it must be important. We were monitoring the place.
Yeah, Beth knew about your presence. She'd done spying on her own. We came over the rooftops to avoid detection.
It's this way.
I can tell.
Does Will know we're coming?
No, he doesn't.
And let's hope it stays that way.
I can't believe we're stuck working on the 4th of July.
Useful.
Whoops. Sorry.
That would be helpful. Oh, sorry.
From this point on, we may be in their sights. We need to be quick.
Gotcha. Beth? Oh, shit, I've seen this. When I entered the red zone, I seen this. Paul's gonna be here. Paul's gonna be here. Because we'd seen this already. We'd see Beth confronting Paul, but we didn't see ourselves. Maybe we couldn't see ourselves. Oh, this is gonna be screwed. Let's do it.
Hey, Will?
He's not here. I made sure of that.
What?
Good.
Why? He's the only one that knows how to use the countermeasure.
Which is why he needs to be kept safe. In case... things go bad.
Fine. We get the device, then you lead me to my brother.
Sure.
Now, where do we find this thing?
Will said he secured it inside a safe. Somewhere in the building.
All right, Will. Where'd you hide that safe?
You'd been there before. Witnessed flashes through time. I assume pieces of that puzzle had come together since.
And some are yet to come.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I'm curious, what are the chronon sources that we keep picking up?
11 years. Building this thing was his life for 11 years.
Yeah.
And considering all that we know is gonna occur, it'd be disrespectful to his memory to not try. At the very least, try. No matter how hopeless it seems. You mind?
It's April 2nd, 1999. It's been about a month since the incident. Since I was shot by the man from the future. Since Wilder. I've moved the machine. Hidden it. I wish I could destroy it, but, I made it tell me as little as possible. The more you know about what'll happen, the worse it'll be. We're all puppets. I can take that for as long as I can't tell the difference. I think she understood. Doesn't matter anyway. She told me the fracture is gonna happen because of what I did. I have to fix it. I have to. I don't know how yet. I have to build a countermeasure of some kind. I know the theoretical mechanism if the field's collapse, but how to stop it, let alone reverse it. It'll take years of research. I have no idea how to do this. How to pay for it. I don't know. Wilder's from the future, and she came to me. I have to assume that I was successful, right? Why else would she come to me?
Fair
He
enough.
was planning on giving it to you.
And it was stolen before he ever
Probably
had
in
the
more
chance.
ways than one.
Which means this is the only way it can play out.
Yeah, theoretically. I don't know. Everything about this seems wrong for some reason. July 7th, 2010. The countermeasure is near completion. I should be celebrating. I should be excited. 11 years of work is coming to an end, but there's a weight on my mind. I can't shake it off. Another thing to remember is friggin' William discovered goddamn time travel, for Christ's sakes. If he can do that, then I can almost guarantee you he can figure out how to reverse it. Just a matter of whether or not the universe will allow it. Jack came to see me. He found out that I had sold our parents' house to continue funding my research. Understandable, he was furious. After all, the house was left to both of us. He doesn't understand the necessity of what I'm doing here. Talking turned to yelling, yelling turned to pushing. He told me it wasn't mine to sell. He told me they were his parents too. He told me that I was a piece of shit. I was angry, I couldn't contain myself, and then I said it. I still don't believe the words that came out of my mouth. I told him that it was his fault, the car crash. I told him that he was to blame for everything we've been through. I knew it was the one thing that could truly hurt him, and I used it. I can justify my actions as a result of months of fatigue, frustration, lack of sleep. It was wrong. I knew it as soon as I said it. He just stood there, devastated for what felt like minutes. I could see a wall building between us. He told me he's leaving this town, he's never coming back. That was 3 days ago. I haven't been able to reach him since. Can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't concentrate. I know the countermeasure will be finished soon, but that victory is a hollow one. I've spent 11 years building a device to save the world. The only thing that kept me going all this time was the fact that there was one person in the world that I need to protect, no matter what the cost. And I just lost him. Holy shit, dude. Oh, password.
Hey, River Boy.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure
you're
you
not
folks
dead
are having
anymore.
a better time than I am. Old Bobby's still stuck in the studio just a little while longer. Whereas all of you folks are out there enjoying what I hope are spectacular 4th of July parties. So set off some fireworks, eat a little too much, drink until every joke you hear is funny, and spend some time with your loved ones. Appreciate the good things in your life, you know? This country ain't perfect, but it's still pretty damn good, and it's sure as hell worth celebrating. I'm about done here myself, and I can't wait to get home, crack open a beer or 3, and kick back with the people I love most. We're gonna appreciate that this year's better than last year, and we've all got good things to look forward to. And isn't that what today's really all about? Being safe and free, not having to be afraid, knowing that we've made a future for ourselves, and that it's all gonna be all right.
You have no clue, dude.
Shit. Locked out again. Where was the failsafe switch? Follow the wire. Which one was it? Blue? Or was that the emergency shutdown?
Oh,
shit.
see the safe.
I knew I should have labeled the wiring. And open sesame.
Emergency shutdown initiated.
Shit. Ass. Fucking goddamn it. Yellow wire, I knew it.
Well, that answers one question. How to get in here. So that's the way forward. Oh, this is still going.
I built a goddamn time machine, but I can't remember to keep a piece of shit door unlocked.
Beth, you want to follow?
There's a locked door over here. Maybe the safe is inside.
No shit. I know that.
Try to find a way in. Let's see here.
There it is. Okay. See what else we can
It was all
find.
there on the board. The details of his downward spiral. His work consumed him. Became some kind of desperate obsession. He was never the same.
Damn. Whiteboard eraser. New bank for lunch. Our first shower. Wow. Yeah, he was.
The power setup wasn't working. But it must have worked at some point.
Oh, shut
Maybe
up, I know.
can rewind time to get this working.
Thing is, though, Jack, he destroyed himself doing all this.
The device wasn't there. But it must have been at one time.
Yeah. And the thing is, it has to be said that, like, Beth, we have to at least try. We can't just give up. Yeah. We can't just give up, because if we just give up, then
Will is too
essentially...
scatterbrained to remember a key. My guess is there's an electronic lock in the most irrational place imaginable.
If we just kind of give up, then that's basically saying Will damn near killed himself and in the end did die for nothing. William Joyce, one of the most rational human beings there is. Because he's a Joyce. Damn it. Got it.
Hey, I did it. Door's unlocked.
Yeah, you have no clue how much of a pain in the ass I was.
Come take a look at this.
Working on it. Whoa.
Over here, Jack.
It's nerd garble, so I got no clue what it says. Yeah, I can see ya. Not blind.
He didn't leave the code. But I can crack it.
You
Just
guys
need
hear
some
something?
time to...
Somebody's here.
It's Monarch. I knew it. I knew they'd find us.
I'll take care of it. Just get that safe open, stay inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, time to do our Jack Joyce thing.
You'd been spotted the moment you arrived. You never had a chance. You were on a suicide mission.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna lie down and just give up without a fight. Not then, not ever.
This is Trojan 1 approaching workshop perimeter. Over.
Remember, orders are to take her alive. Monarch Actual's en route.
Roger.
Oh! They know about Beth, they don't know about us. Interesting, so we were meant to come here. Because she is meant to steal the countermeasure, so ultimately, we have to have been here to stop that from occurring. Yeah, good. I'm gonna get to kick Monarch's ass another time. Give him a taste of what's to come in the future.
Stop right there. Where's the girl?
Hey, hold on. Take it easy.
Take it
Problem.
real
On your knees,
easy.
now! Trojan 4, we're going inside.
I can't let you inside that building.
I said on your fucking knees. That's an order.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm warning you. This is not a fight you want to start.
No.
Then stand down.
I'm not gonna do that.
He's got a
Come
gun!
on.
Open!
Yep. And you guys ain't got your Cronin tech yet.
What was that? Shoot it!
Oh, come on, big boy. Wait, ow.
What the hell are we fighting?
You have no idea. That's not your shield, Jack.
What the hell are we fighting?
And, you're scared shitless, aren't you?
HQ? We got a situation.
What's that?
What's the sit rep?
He got backup. He's got him. I don't know what he is.
Orders are to keep the mission quiet, tidy. We can't afford unwanted attention.
He's fucking
Oh,
tearing
I'm
us
gonna
apart.
bring all the attention to you. Shit! We got Serene on the way, Jack. We need to hurry. Where's that SMG? Gimme. Shoot. Got him. Whew, finally. That took
Get
forever.
out of my way.
Here we
What?
are again.
Damn it.
Exactly where we left off years ago.
Paul.
Hand it over.
I said, get out of my way.
Come on, come
Gotta
on,
get
come
back
on.
in.
Come on. Could use your powers.
Give me the device. Come with me. We can survive this together. You know it can't be stopped. I can see it in your eyes. You know this.
please.
What if you're wrong?
No! No, 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 no!
We failed. We created Ground Zero. Caused everything to happen how it always did. Every piece falling into place.
Except one. The blast sent you through time. Brought you back to 2016. The same exact time from which you left. Something anchored you there. We need to know how you did this.
You think I wanted to come back? I was pulled away. Everything I came for was still back there. Left behind.
She's safe. And we were
No,
anchored.
Beth. Beth. Come on, move. Beth, get up. Beth, come on, get up. Please, Beth. Beth, you need to move, okay? Yeah, that's it. Get the gun. Come on, Beth, move. Come on, please. Beth, move!
No.
Paul, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't!
I'm not wrong.
You can't.
No! No!
Serene had the countermeasure the whole time. I had to get it back.
A rash decision. You claim Beth Wilder's death had no impact on your behavior, but...
Like I said, I barely knew her.
So, what you did next? It wasn't personal?
No.
So something anchored us to 2016. Which maybe theoretically means... I don't know what it means. I know what that means for Paul Serene, though. There's one fate left for that son of a bitch. Quantum Break. Junction 4, control surrender.
I don't have much time left. I know. I spent 17 years working it out.
That's what that is.
Planning it. Building Monarch. Because I knew what was coming. And I knew it couldn't be stopped. But what I've built has been turned against me. What is the point in saving them if I can't trust them? I'm slipping away into pain and rage. The sickness is accelerating. The CFR. It has cost me so much. But I have harnessed its power. And with it, my plan will work. With it, I will keep the lights on when the world goes dark.
Mr. Serene? Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I have that cleanup report on Dr. Kim's lab you wanted.
Meet me in my office, soldier. I'll be there when I've sealed the CFR chamber.
So that's what it is.
The lab explosion. My treatments, all gone. First things first. Seal the chamber.
So he's had the countermeasure this whole fucking time. Damn it. Fuck. Well, pretty sure next episode's gonna be the last one. Your last day on this horrendous planet, you sorry piece of shit. You've done all of this in the assumption that you can even stop this from happening. That you can fix what you yourself has said is going to happen and there's no way to change it. Yet you think you're able to stop it. And you've killed just so many people. For such a stupid thing. Right now, I'm gonna end this episode on Quantum Break off here. This has been a lot of fun and kinda depressing in a way. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, think about leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And other than that, good, be well. I'll see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.